and welcome to Auburn, Alabama. What a night for college football, one of the most intimidating places in the entire sport. Jordan-Hare Stadium as the Tigers of Auburn are set to tee it up for another campaign. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Tigers have been waiting, and finally the moment is coming and the opening of the season. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Miami's offense takes the field to start this game off. And here he is, one of the best receivers in the game, and he just commands attention both from the defense and from the fans.
Yeah, he's a guy you got to keep your eye on, and you're going to see him line up all over the field in this game. He can play in the slot, he can play out wide, he can run the entire gamut in the route tree as well. Really nothing this guy can't do.
They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down.
That's a nice-looking run, man, and what a legacy here. When you think about Edgerrin James and Frank Gore, Willis McGahee, Clinton Portis, game breakers at the running back position. This guy, he seems like he's destined to play on Sunday.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. They'll ride the hot hand. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive, if he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Looking to throw, it's good. Got his man quickly. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. And the Hurricanes come to the line with a new set of downs. He's looking to throw it. They'll run the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
Those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
Quickly to the tight end. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
They keep attacking through the air. It's complete to the right. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
There's a reason third down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at third down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
From the red zone, looking for a man. Using his feet to buy time. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. These two conferences largely share the same geographic footprint. The ACC loves it when they can take down a team from the SEC.
And we see these two conferences play each other oftentimes early in the season, late in the season. David, think about Clemson, South Carolina, Florida, Florida State.
He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Canes. They're on the board first here in the season opener.
And that is the kind of drive to start a season that is going to put a smile on your head coach's face. They were just methodical in the way they marched down the field. Awesome execution. You cannot start the season any better than that right there.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards. And they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Auburn's offense will go to work for the first time. Typically, the last thing a defense wants is to have a backer on a wide receiver, but we may see some of that today, guys.
Typically, you don't see linebackers that can run like this guy, and that's why they feel okay letting him cover this dynamic wide receiver one-on-one.
Yeah, and feel okay, it's not going to be a good thing. You better get your hands on him early. Put your physicality, let that win. It ain't going to be your speed.
Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain. The Tigers, dating to the days of Shoot Jordan and Pat Dye, love to keep the ball on the ground.
And the stadium goes nuts, and the eagle flies, and everybody's happy. Run the football, win football games. It's good times on the plains.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Makes the grab. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. On the run, still looking. And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack.
Well, the Miami linebacker shows you his speed on that play. And when I talk about Miami linebackers, it is a bit of a sore subject for me. We played against the Canes in the Sugar Bowl my senior year in college. I got hit multiple times by multiple men.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And that's what you're trying to do, not just in this game, but for the season. You're just trying to set the tone defensively, and they do that getting the sack. They feel good about their front seven and all the athletes they have. It'll be fun to watch this unit for the rest of this game and see how they do in one-on-one situations.
He's got the back in the middle. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Bottled him up. Not a whole lot of room to run on that return, and that's how this period will come to an end. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Hand off from the shotgun. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
On the ground with the counter. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
And you're going to hear this guy's name a lot. They're going to ride the big fella. He's such a stud. They're going to build the offense around him. This is just game one, but you're going to get a lot of big runs from this guy.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. They'll run it from the gun. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Softened him up with a run, now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Working on the right. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback, keeping his eyes down the field.
One back in the backfield, he gets to carry. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
I know sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Just feeds the running back. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. He now has 63 yards on the ground, and he wanted to make a first impression, and he's doing that in this opening game. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. A first down run in the red zone. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Miami!
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, let's recap that top 5 matchup that just went final moments ago. Clemson was far from the friendly confines of Death Valley, but still managed to scratch out a win. And there was a lot of chatter this week about this group not being ready. Time to check those receipts, if you know what I mean. Gonna be interesting to see what the fallout from this one is for one ranked team, while the other could have a case for the #1 spot in America, fellas.
Hey, Kevin Connors, keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. The offense set for a first down play. Movement here from the tight end. Off the play fake on first down. Working that left side. And they'll finally bring it down after he rips off a huge play.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys on the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Short gain on the play before he slides.
Listen, that's not going to go down as a big play, but he does a really good job turning a negative play into something positive. It's not a big gain, but it keeps you out of those negative situations that really makes you very predictable.
Quickly complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position. He can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that, up 2 touchdowns.
And this quarterback has been dialed in, too. He's been so good reading coverage, going to where the open guy is with the football. They've been up and down the field, David, so far.
And this defense needs to make something happen right now. I mean, you've already given up a couple touchdowns. Your offense has got nothing going. Still early in the game. Get a stop. Create some momentum for your offense.
After the misfire, it's 2nd down. Back to throw, it's good. Trying to get to it. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies, 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to them, and they forced the incompletion.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Makes his connection. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Canes will punt it away on 4th down. They bring the punter onto the field now. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the 3rd quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn up the field.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Auburn sends out the punting unit. He'll try to really get into this one. Looking for a block. It's Valdez. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you want. The offense is playing great. Defense has gotten stops. You're in a position now, Palmer, to put the hammer down and get a 3-possession lead.
I'm really impressed with their physicality on both sides of the ball early in this one. They've been winning in the trenches. So here on offense, keep running the football and show your dominance.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
I know that shot down the field was incomplete, but you got to keep taking shots. Those receivers love to go deep. Gives them a breath of fresh air. They get more excitement. They're going to the quarterback with a little bit more juice because you know you're feeding them. So I would keep taking deep shots down the field.
Just couldn't quite stay in bounds while making that grab. It's incomplete. And the Canes will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. Really good job by the cover. Stop him, that's where they'll put it in play. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a 1-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important, down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. And you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut it to a 1-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the 2nd half, because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Snagged in the middle. It's Terry. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the end route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. Pocket starts to collapse. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Tigers! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. Get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. And the returner is stopped. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He'll come out throwing on first down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. All kinds of running room. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work in Auburn, Alabama so far, and welcome into the halftime report. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those two stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agreed. So it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football ball out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Dances away. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes. A deep tradition of backers who make plays and get after quarterbacks. Ray Lewis could do it all back in the day, just like this guy is.
Yeah, and they look the same, don't they? They look the part, just big, physical, huge guys, but the speed element always there, always in the backfield, making plays.
It'll be a draw. And the Canes are racking up tackles for loss. Warren Sapp has to be proud of this effort.
Yeah, just living in the backfield, getting off the ball really, really quickly, getting off blocks, the staple of great defensive line play. Miami doing a great job of that today.
This is a 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on 3rd down.
And this is why you don't want to get in these situations. 3rd and long, defense knows it's pass. They're playing pass, playing deep. QB has nowhere to go with the football, so he just throws it away.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Line gets set, 1st down. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Out of the backfield, he's open. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
Nice job by the running back there on that angle route against zone coverage. He wasn't in a hurry. He was able to sort of find the soft spot in the defense and just gear down, make himself an easy target.
He's got his man. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
A great job by the defense, seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaking on the ground.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Wants to throw. It's good. They're working that left side. At the 40, there he goes. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
And the Canes with the 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Fires deep toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. And here comes the offense on second down. The give to the back. Trying to pound their way forward. He picks up a couple to the 31. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. Complete in the middle. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense first and goal from the 7.
Really nice job there of the quarterback reading coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football and at what exact time. The timing could not have been better. They get the completion on third down, setting up first and goal.
He's looking to throw. Got it! And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Barrels ahead. Touchdown, Hurricane! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, fellas, here's a final update on a top 15 clash. USC went scorched earth in a double-digit win that might have been worse had they not sat the starters in that fourth quarter. Total destruction by the Trojans in a statement win if there ever was one. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Looking for a productive play on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Terry. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
And that play takes some protection. If you're going to stick it in the belly, that right receiver is going to run down the field that far. I need some good protection, and I need my lineman not to go downfield. Nice job by the quarterback making the right read, being patient, throwing that strike.
Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing.
Wide out in motion. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the third.
Loss of 1 play. Second down coming up.
We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. They've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Trying to escape and get it himself. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
The great thing about running a bootleg is it gets the quarterback outside the pocket right now. It allows him to use his athleticism. You got to drop back. You got to use your eyes. You got to play the pass first, and then all of a sudden he takes off and chews up yards so quick.
Here's the handoff. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Brings up second down.
Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again.
Get set, get set. Go.
They've been running it, but now the pass. Makes the grab on the left. Touchdown, Tigers! What a catch and run for 6. Old Uncle Mo has changed sidelines.
Look out, brother. Here's what happens, right? Something happens, get you close in the ball game. The defense needs to come out here, get a stop, get that ball back to the offense. Oh, Uncle Mo on your side.
And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. The kickoff unit about to go to work. And he'll bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute, build this lead a little bit bigger, put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Right back to the well. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
They go to the ground. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure right now on this down if you're on offense because your last 2 plays have gone nowhere. You know the defense just needs to get the football back to give their team an opportunity to go win the game, so you're probably going to have to throw to get this first down. A lot of pressure here on the quarterback, Dave.
Yeah, and how I throw, I think, is important. This is a time where I love moving my quarterback outside the pocket, making it an easy throw, or let him run the football, and if he doesn't get it, the clock still ticks. It's still my friend.
The Hurricanes have their offense in high gear. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. As the 45 on its way. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
You got to feel good for this kid, too. He worked so hard this past offseason to put himself in position to be the starting running back, and he's got a lot of skill, guys. He's got speed, open field running ability. I think he's going to be a big part of the offense this season.
They'll give it to him again. They're just trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4.
This offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
The give to the back. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. The give to the tailback. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. To the air, it's good. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Finds his big tight end. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being...
Touchdown, Canes! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Lining up for the PAT.
Is on for the extra point.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th.
That makes
Just about set to kick it away.
28, Auburn, 14.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't get on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
After the incompletion, looking at 2nd down.
29 Philly, 2-0.
He's looking to throw. Finds his man. It's Terry. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They moved the chains. They marked it at the 29.
Good enough for first down.
Going up top on 1st down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And that pass picked off. Looking for more room. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake. Hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
The give and tick, 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 tick. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
And that running back essentially just did everything right. Not only did he rip off a 9-yard run with the lead late in the game, but he stayed in bounds. He had the awareness that if I stay in bounds, the clock keeps running, and it increases our chances of winning this game.
Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
You don't see that very often. You don't see the big tight ends with the soft mitts and the big, huge hands and the nice, sticky gloves. You don't see them drop many of those balls that hit him right there in the hands. That was a missed opportunity by the tight end.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. He's off to the races. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
Wide receiver's going to get a shot at it on 1st and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
And listen, I'm just trying to find a way to be positive down here, have positive gains, not run, QB sneaks and halfback dives, get the football on the perimeter with somebody with some speed and maybe catch you off guard. It wasn't a great play, but I got some positive yards out of it.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. The old coaching cliche, go 1-0 every week, and for the first week, they get it done.
Great start to the season. That's what you want. You want to come out, find a way to win. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. You're going to find things to work on throughout the season, but 1-0, that's where you want it to be.
And I think if you're the coaching staff of this winning team, you've got to like what you've just seen. First game of the year, there was tremendous effort on the field. Guys flying around, flying to the football, trying to make the plays necessary to win this game. They definitely made a few mistakes, but